night, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are. Shaky, Jay, Marlon, Royal, McDonald, good morning to you, all caps, heck yeah. Let's see, good morning, the market is melting. Not much left for the table. Yeah, so indexes are definitely looking a little melted. Maybe still some opportunity in there, but we're going to need a pullback. Paulie, good morning. And yeah, I saw gold as well. I'm watching that. We've got the peak at the high of the week, which is Tuesday, when it came down. And, you know, today could be a reset day, or yesterday could have been first red breakout day one and actually be looking for the short. One thing with gold is I've noticed that there's a yesterday's close is right at the previous day's low, so maybe we got to project that level across and see, is the breakout going to succeed, or is it a peak low for a reset? You know, are we going back to the high of the week? That's my main concern on gold. We're letting some people flow in. Come in and say hello. There's 24 of you in here right now. Type something. Say hello. Like the stream. But we're about to get started. Here we go. Oh. Slow start to the morning, I think. Yesterday was just brutal. Yesterday was brutal. Tyrone, good morning. Sitting in this one bar range all session long. And then you know what happened? Y'all want to know what happened. What time is this? 11:10. So there's the end of the session right there. And then finally, right? There it goes. Away it goes. What time on here? Yep. Brutal all session long. 5 minutes after the session ends, it follows through. Whatever, you know. No big deal. We're heading on to today. Yesterday turned out to be breakout day one on, I think, most of the indexes, if not all. Let's see, Russell, we had a first red day over here on Tuesday, peak low, peak high, first red, breakout day one to the downside on Wednesday. On vertical down through into, is it targeting a level? That's the, here we go. So we got previous week's level down here. So I'm going to pay attention to that. Could be something that the market is trying to work towards. And is there any index that doesn't look almost exactly the same? NASDAQ, we've got a first red day on Tuesday. Breakout day one on Wednesday. And with these breakout days, coming off the high of the week, we've broken down, broken out. Looking for them to pop up. This is where you're trying to look for three levels of rise. In this case, the three levels came and went. Looks like at the end of Asia into London, end of London. So they are really positioning the movement times for end of session. Session ends and then the market moves, which is a shame. And now we've had this breakout and they've broken out, and the bottom of the box now is going to be the top of a box, or at least that's what I need to look for. Okay, so I need to watch this level right here and see, do we get a pullback? And then if they do pull back, is it done in a way that I can believe that we are going to break down and follow through, which would be the low-hanging fruit. And then realistically, I should be using a tool measuring from here to here and seeing, is there going to be an expansion of the day? All right, and that is for everyone who wonders, what are you waiting for? Why are you waiting for it? That is why. That is the reoccurring setup. That is the reoccurring market behavior that I am searching for. Will that happen? I have no earthly idea. But it's something to wait for. We also have news at 10. Thank you, TradingView, for actually showing us. Let me go double check the news calendar. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So Forex Factory has actually said that there's no news today. Is what it is, I guess. No news on the calendar, says Forex Factory. Whatever. Take that for what it is. US 30 looking about the same. Breakout day one. Massive move down. This is where this is actually a textbook perfect opportunity. This is the template that whenever they trigger the low and pop back up, this is exactly what you want to see. Breakout day one triggers the low. Pops back up. 3 legs. 1, 2, 3. Breaks down. And breaks out. Coil. Explosive move. So those are all of the characteristics of a perfect setup. They've just happened in the gap time, which is doo-doo. So now I have to adapt, and the bottom of the box has to become the top of the box, and looking for pullbacks before continuations. Looking for low hanging fruit. Okay, will that happen again? I have no idea. Gold. Now, gold is a little bit more interesting to me. We've been in an up-moving market, day 1, day 2, day 3 of breakouts. Okay, then we also have a first red day. They've broken down to lower lows and possibly even broken out, depending on what broker you're on. Day 1, day 2, day 3 breakouts. First red. Breakout. Let's see here. Put peaks in below double zeros. And then now we've gone up 1, 2, and 3. So this is 3 levels of rise right here. Okay, peaks. This is what I was measuring. This is like a ground level peak formation, V bottom reversal off the double zeros down here. All right, letting me know kind of how the market is moving. And then measuring up level 1, level 2, level 3 of rise. Okay, that's one piece of it. That's good. This level here where we have now consolidated, we're consolidating at the breakout level. So I said this kind of in the beginning, where this peak formation low, and then they've come back down. This breakout could have failed over a course of 2 days, and then today would just be a first green day, which would put a high of week, would put in a new low or a higher low, basically a reset low on Wednesday, and then maybe we're going back to the high of the week. So I definitely want to be careful of that. But for now, I'm going to look for the first red day trade. Yeah, it is close to the low of the day, but it's not close to previous day's low. So it gives enough space to fall. Okay, we got 3 minutes. I didn't go over oil. Oh, that's why I didn't go over oil. There's really nothing there as of yet. Still on the inside, we've had 2 days of breakouts. Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave it like that. All right, got all my indexes up. Put Russell down here. Gold. I do want to definitely watch for gold. You know, this was actually the low of the day before the session began right here. This was the low of the day before the session began. And I think this was as well. Yeah. If it spikes, yeah. I would like to see it pop back up and then go back into consolidation for a bit. I want to see them kind of work the high before going back down. I really just don't care for when it pops back up like this and then curls. That curl back down into the low usually indicates that they're going to advantageously close a bar in a way that it's a higher low, and then it kind of rips back up into. I like to see it maybe do this, but then retest again and sit up here in consolidation for a bit, and then we get the follow through. But I am not in control, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. They've also come out of the low of the day in a 1, 2, 3 down to the low. I've just noticed that. What is that, US 30? Yeah. Yeah, Marlon. So there are some days though where, especially at the reversal of a trend, this has been going up for a long time, and now it's possibly reversing. Right at the beginning of a trend, we're also coming into the end of the month. We could have some very strong days. Not to say that that will happen. I've just seen it before where you have these trend days that they don't happen very often, but these trend days that turn into very large, expanding down close days. But usually that's going to come either at the end of a trend or possibly even kind of right at the beginning of a new one. Solidifying the breakdown in a way. Okay, main focus. I like all three of these. Not particularly extremely excited about the indexes, but if it sets up in a certain way or a particular way, that's good for us, then I will participate. And I'm going to take this as a coming out of the low of the day, 1 bar pause, 2 bars, a larger pause, Maybe this is 3. Maybe this was 3. So I'm gonna call this 2. Just to be a little conservative. What period EMA? This is just a 20. Tis just a 20. Look at them working the heck out of it. So you're probably asking, why are you looking for the trap if you're looking to go short? Well, if it's trapping below this level and there's evidence of that, then I'm keeping myself in the loop. I'm watching to make sure that that trap isn't being set, so I'm not a part of it. I don't want to be in the noise, in the garbage. I'm not a raccoon. I'm not looking to be in the dumpster. I would like to see them pull back or follow through to let me know that this is just a strong trend and not garbage. John, good morning to you. Hello. Marlon said, I just hate being in the middle of the move. I think I already read that, didn't I? Yeah. Yep. This is the level. This is the level that we really want to be trading from. Previous day's low. So like right here where it broke down, broke out, top of the or bottom of the box becomes the top. They break out, they pull back, and then they follow through. Realistically, that's the level that I really wanted to be involved with. We do have that news at 10. I don't know if it's fake news because it shows it here, not on Forex Factory. I will say, if this bar closes like that, this is very convincing. It is very convincing. I'll say that. The way that it is curled, I don't like this. It makes me feel like they've done this, and then the next bar will trap, and then reverse, and then now we would have everybody stuck. Like if you look, for example, if you look at the close of these bars, notice that somebody probably short this bar, this bar, this bar, and then the break, so this bar. So if they close one bar back up here, it'll lock in the low of the day in one single bar. And I use the term or phrase lock in very lightly. I just mean that people would be stuck down there if that were to happen. All I got at 10 is Fed speakers talking. Existing home sales. I'm just as confused as you, Shaky. It's fine. Hold on, let me double check Forex Factory again. Let me make sure that I was on the correct thing before I start getting all up in arms about it. Yeah, no, I'm correct. I don't see anything. I don't know. It shows that it's red news. Good morning, Marius. You're gonna have to give me 1 second, Jay. Maybe someone else in here will either back you up or otherwise. Yeah, John, I'm looking. Gold was actually a first red day, and I'm just kind of watching to see if this breakout level holds or if it follows through. And I agree. I think that one of these indexes might be today could be a higher potential for a trend opportunity or a larger trend. I don't want to get chopped up on a Thursday, and then tomorrow's the actual trade. So we're seeing, we're hanging out, we're watching and waiting. We go. I have no orders in. I have not entered anything. We have this making a fairly large run down. I want to see how this bar closes. I want to make sure it doesn't pin. We got a minute 37 seconds left. But I do like what I see. Do a little bit of planning here just in case. Oh, yeah, good catch, Marlon. There is that news at 10. Remember the news at 10. The news is at 10. Hmm. Let's see if we could take a little 35-point ripper. What do you all think about that? See if we can grab a little 35-point ripper. Oh, what just happened? It filled my order. Oh, that's just really unfortunate. All right. Well, it was more like a 20-point ripper. Instead of 35, it would have just followed through. I tried to move my stop and it filled it on accident. Whatever. That's still not bad, though. 20 points, that's a decent amount of ticks. That was definitely just a scalp. because there is news. I'm not really willing to size in just yet. Watch 15-minute turnover. Yep, there's that as well. Reason for taking this trade. One, market's making lower lows and lower highs. We've broken out of a previous day's low. We've broken back, pulled back to the low of the day, which is also the EMA, and that's good. And I had even said, I'd like to see it go back up here and consolidate. And it did. It actually did do that. And that makes me a happy camper when I say this is what I want to see and it starts doing that. And then on this bar here, I had said, I'd really like to see this let shorts make money, right? Broke back down, went sideways. New 15-minute bar opens up, or new 5-minute bar, excuse me. Breaks down, goes sideways, follow through on the next bar, getting in, and allowing it to make its little run. Okay, I was trying to take profit right here. I ended up taking it right here, which is unfortunate because I moved my stop a little too fast. No big deal. Yeah, this is definitely one of those, what I was saying earlier. There are going to be times when, because you all have heard me say the same thing over and over again for months now. Whenever the move has already started, I don't like to participate. But today's a little bit different. Okay, this is the fresh start, or potentially the fresh start of a new trend. We've had all these first red days. The market's been going up for an eternity. All of these first red days on the way up, and we finally are turning around, which means that they are going to go back very aggressively for the money. And I've seen this over and over again. So today was a fantastic read because, which we had the news, so I can't really hold it like I'd like to. But sometimes, Tom Hugard, he likes to sell low and sell, buy back lower, or buy high and sell back higher. That's kind of one of those days today where we're buying down low in the day's range, sure. But in the grand scheme of things, we have a lot of room to go down. And it's a good 3-day template as well. First red day, breakout day 1, follow through continuation of the breakout. Nice little template evolution. Oh, big engulfment back up. So here is a new 15-minute bar forming. Gold for the short scalp. Nice. Yeah, gold is very clean. The way that it's pulled back, most people would consider this or call this a little flag pattern. In reality, you could just look at it as, well, there's a couple pushes here. It's a bit of a two-legged pullback, and then an engulfment to go down. At the time as well, that's good. This is a pretty clean 1, 2, 3 as well. Let's see if they punish. If they continue punishing longs, anybody who continues trying to get back to the high, if they keep punishing them over and over again throughout the day, I might participate more. These are all speculative ifs. Existing home sales are out. What do you mean? Wait. They said it was going to be at 10. But it happened at 9:45. Everybody's lying to us. Why are people lying? Well, Shaky, you're my macro guy. Hit me with the facts. We had a previous, forecasted, and then actual. Is 4 good or bad? Last video, blue line and daily candle. What does that mean? Oh, it means nothing, Shaky? Yeah, but Ray, there's news almost every day. I've actually found that the no news days are the ones that are typically the most tricky. Good stuff, Marlon. Daily chart creating a box. So are you talking about the previous day's high and low? So just the high and low of the day or previous day's high and low? Oh. You know, it'd be really funny, Shaky, and I will out loud cackle if at 10 o'clock, even though these numbers have already been released, if there's still some kind of spike. I don't think I've ever seen that before, or at least I've never noticed it, but that would be funny. I'll get a strong chuckle. Look at this. Luca meant to write good night. Luca, I don't even see a message from you. That was your first message, Luca. Well, good night to you. Battle seem to battle. Oh gosh, what? Make a connection. So it's a progressive learning experience, right? The beginning is supposed to be just very basic trading, right? The things that you kind of just everybody in trading should kind of understand and know, and just how the market moves and concepts and things like that. Phase 2 is a lot more trading knowledge, but not necessarily as complicated It's not even, none of it's really complicated, but again, it's just more trading knowledge, and phase 3 is meant to be explaining the setups. So make sure you're going through the study binder before you get to phase 3. You should be going through the study binder throughout. Go through phase 2 and phase 3. Go through the study binder. Look at the playbook. Read all the extra PDF notes. And then there's a webinar at the end. Go and watch the webinar. Take notes on the webinar, because that's practical application. And then once you've done all those things, just keep watching these live streams, and you'll see me applying the same things you've learned on there over and over again. And through doing that, you've got the knowledge, and then you've got the practical application, and then all you need is the experience and just forward testing. I slept only 3 hours. Oh my gosh. Go take a nap, Luca. Chop day? I don't know about that. I'm not really willing to make that statement just yet, Marlon. I think today still has some potential. I would stick to the course, Travis. Or Trav, excuse me. If you find a topic that you can't necessarily understand in the course, you can always ask me, of course. Send me a message and I'll be happy to help. Or, find that topic on YouTube. But I have most of the YouTube videos for those topics linked, but of course, I made more videos since then. But I'm always open to answering questions. Or I do these live streams every day. You can just come in here and ask whatever works for you. My target's right here, John. This was the expansion, consolidation expansion from breakout level to the low down here. That was on US 30 though. I have not entered into anything else. I have no orders. But I am interested. Yeah, it has been doing that lately. Shaky. The afternoon trades have been unreal. And this would follow the trend of exactly what's been happening every single day, which is open the market 9:30, run it into an extreme, and then go into consolidation. That would be in line with exactly what's been happening every single day. They did it yesterday. It's been doing it quite a bit. They open the market, they violently move it to an extreme, and then go back into consolidation. Barcode everybody into the afternoon. Maybe move, maybe don't. But the breakout is very unpredictable. Disgusting. Whew. I think I have to deadlift today. No. I think it's just squat. That's good. It's very good news. I haven't ate enough for deadlift, I'll tell you that. I don't have enough calories for deadlift. NASDAQ, I'm watching to see if this turns into a one bar. They've hit the high of the bar, which is great. Failed to go higher. I'd really like to see them flush that breakout fake out bar. Yeah, Ackman, yesterday was first read in a market that's been going higher for a while. Breakout day one. If I took that setup, I know what you said what you're looking for, but personally, I think I would have to wait for them to make the higher high. And if I can get the squeeze off of closing price, that would be phenomenal. Or close to it. If it does go back to the high. I just hope that we don't start barcoding for the entire afternoon again. Yeah. We're into the new hour, though. What did the previous hour look like? Okay. Down close bars. Got it. Gold ended up closing below the previous day's close on the hourly. Still got the previous day's low down there. index is having a little spurt, yeah. Ooh, I gotta mow my grass today too. Does anybody else find genuine enjoyment in mowing grass? I feel like I'm going crazy because for whatever reason, it's just like the most peaceful time of my day. Like working out and mowing the grass. Is this a sign that I'm getting old? I don't know. There was one day, like, I don't remember exactly which day it was. I'm 29 now. But I went from literal toys to like now I enjoy looking at pots and pans at Walmart. Like, it's just weird. I don't know what's going on. What a life we live. Seems like one day you're playing with action figures, the next day you're wow, look at that crock pot. Man, you're young. I know, right? I probably look like I'm 55 or something. Yeah, the indexes are getting a little bit of a spurt, aren't they? Hmm. You're a baby? I don't know about baby. Good Lord. The 10 a.m. club, Ackman, it's 10:05. I'm just kidding. Well, it is 10:05, but I know it's not necessarily right at 10. Still like gold. Yeah, maybe I want to see them just squeeze the heck out of people. Can we squeeze them down? We just hit the low of the day. I don't really care for the creeper down. It would be nice to see some acceleration. John says every index is on the inside of the first 15 minutes. That is a good observation, and yes, they are. That is a fantastic observation, John. Good catch. Very good catch. And John, I think you're probably referencing that in order to highlight this could be a ranging day, or potentially just we're in a range right now. That's definitely the observation that I would make off of that. They put in a high and a low for the session, which is the opening range. You can use the first 5 or first 15. Second opinion on GJ, I got you. You've been mentioning that one for a while. Oh, holy barcode. Not good. It's all right, though. Breakout day 1 on Friday of last week. Let me get rid of all this crap. Let's project that breakout level across. Maybe a 3 peaks and a breakdown. That's a lot of maybes. Look at this. What is this? That is rough. All right, so we had a breakout day 1, first green, just about inside. Trigger the high, higher high, peak low, peak high. Did not necessarily go vertical, but this is a breakout close. I'm going to adjust this and attempt to go higher. And then this is what it's looking like today. This is the low of the day prior to the session beginning. It looks like they've worked it 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I would say that this is, it could, that's the problem, right? Is it looks like it made this lower low, which is great. I wouldn't be looking for longs, I'll tell you that. I would be looking for confirmation of follow through, but I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I don't like that at all. I would say it would be best maybe just to wait another day. See how today closes. And that's, of course, opinion based. Please don't yell at me if I'm wrong. I tell you what, the 1 minute chart, I can't take this. I don't have a setup based off of this. But as far as price action goes, what a clean chart this is. Breaks back up. There's your little double bottom. It's a failure to go lower. And a breakout of the W. And then there's your little parabolic channel. And a breakout to go towards the high. I also don't have a setup because we're still on the inside of the opening range, which is, you know, kind of scary, but what a clean little chart. I like that. I don't know how many years I've been trading now, but whenever you see a good clean chart, it still makes me very happy. I would say the same level of happiness as like getting new tools, you know. Is this thing just going to go straight back up? Because that would be funny. We could laugh at that. That would be really, honestly, just really enjoyable to watch. Watch this thing go vertical all the way back up. You know, the breakout fails, and we just go straight back for the previous day's high. That would be funny. And talk about some kangaroo markets, huh? I'm just kidding. Dow is the way. I'm not touching it. Now with a 10-foot pole, I am waiting. Yeah. Yeah. Could be part of the reason I'm not touching it with a 10-foot pole. Shoot, buddy. Lady Jay. Yeah. You can see it in my face, I'm sure. Like, oh God, this guy's he's about to say it. Here it comes. I mean, I'm feeling it. Look at this. Open the market. 1, 2, 3 to the low. Sit on the inside of the range for the next 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. We got 30 minutes on the inside of the opening range. Same thing here. Same thing here. Same thing here. We just hit the high. So we're sitting in a range. Is he selling from the breakout level line? Steam, I'm going to assume you're talking about me. I don't know. It certainly doesn't look like a sell at the very moment. It doesn't feel like one. They would need to do some consolidating and some very strong reversing to convince me otherwise. Because right now, all I'm seeing is a very accurately drawn peak 1, level 1, peak 2, level 2, peak 3, level 3 outside of a breakout and a reversal off the low that has possibly trapped every short down here. I don't know about all that, Steam, but I do appreciate you hanging out. Ask anything you want. $10.01. Cool. I don't know, Paulie. I mean, that would be the idea, right? As they go back up to retest. But, yeah, I don't know about that. I'm very concerned about the breakout traders being trapped at the low of the day. And now they're kind of coiling sideways on top of the EMA. Holy cow. 10-20. I'll give it 10. Uh, well, here's the thing, Jay. Um, it's a very clean chart. It looks very nice. It's just not something that I'm used to taking. Market's still making lower lows and lower highs, and I would be buying into a downtrend. We're in breakout yesterday. We're in breakout down today. Am I saying it's a bad trade? No, it's just not in my basket of trades that I'm used to taking. Appreciate it, Michaela. Yeah, it's pays off most of the time. I'm watching gold. We're at closing price. Yesterday was a first red breakout day one. And it seems like we might be getting a squeeze from the close. I don't know for sure. The Russell. Yeah, that is pretty clean, isn't it? Well, we're at the breakout level, at the very least. The only issue with this now is that it's made a higher high on both the NASDAQ and US 30. $10.26. Maybe I just need to give it till 11 today. I have no orders in. I have not entered anything. My patience is running very thin. I think that I am nearing completion. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that I'm just about done watching here. Yep, that's it. I'm leaving. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a great rest of your day. Tomorrow, 9:15 a.m. Eastern Time, ready to go, ready to trade. We're going to finish out the week strong, hoping for better setups and better days with some of these things. Hanging out in these ranges and kind of not just giving me the trade that I want. No big deal. They're going to come back. Trade setup is going to come back. Enter a trade and be active. I don't do that. I'm only going to take things that I can scale into. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a good rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.